Okay, so next up, I'm really looking forward to this one. We have the People's Postcode Lottery, which has raised over 1.4 billion from its players towards charitable causes. We're going to be finding out exactly how they're telling that story on TV and how they make decisions where to spend. It seems to be working because they won big at the Thinkbox TV Planning Awards earlier this year. They won the Best Use of TV Advertising Planning Award and the Grand Prix. So please put your hands together for David Pullan, the Managing Director for People's Postcode Lottery, as well as Jenny Biggam, the founder of the Seven Stars.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Unfortunately, I now have to wear glasses, otherwise it could be a very interesting speech, rambling and incoherent. We're excited to share how People's Postcode Lottery leverages television advertising to engage audiences, drive results and support charitable causes across Great Britain. So I'm David Pullan, Managing Director of People's Postcode Lottery.
And I'm Jenny, founder of media agency The Seven Stars.
So just to give you a little bit of background on us, we're 20 years old next year. We have about 4.5 million players in Great Britain. Well, this year we'll turn over just short of £700 million. And since we launched, we've given just coming up to £1.5 billion to charities and good causes in Great Britain. We work with charities on a long-term basis. We have 126 long-term partners. The funding is unrestricted, which means they can choose to spend it as they see fit, unlike a lot of funding which is tied to specific projects. We also support between 4,000 and 5,000 local charities every year, depending on need. So television obviously has long been a leading medium for reaching wide audiences. And despite the rise of digital media, TV remains a powerful tool for brand awareness, for building trust, and for encouraging consumer action. For us at People's Postcode Lottery, TV advertising remains a central element of our strategy, and we currently allocate around 50% of our £65 million media budget to AV channels. Today we'll cover two areas: how our targeted approach addresses audience fragmentation, and secondly, how we've used talent to stand out in the market. So let's start with the planning approach. Oh, clicker, where's the...
I don't know.
Oh, it's there.
Sorry.
There we go. It's common at events like these to see slides like that. No, it's common at events like these to hear about how TV is losing appeal amongst younger viewers. However, for us, our focus is on reaching a modern, mainstream audience aged 25 and over. While it's easy to assume that this demographic represents an older audience snoozing through daytime TV, it's important to remember that 25 and overs represent 87% of the UK's working population. And according to our research, over 90% of people who say they are happy with their current income levels. Playing People's Postcode Lottery is one of the safest forms of gambling. It's a subscription-based service, limiting the number of subscriptions per player that you can sign up for. We also maintain regular contact with our players, all of whom are over 18, and with no retail presence, players cannot make cash top-ups. We sell 91% of our tickets online. And we specifically target those 25 plus with all of our communications because we believe this is the responsible thing to do, hence television.
So I guess that's where my agency and our team come in, and you could say that targeting a 25 plus group on audiovisual advertising is one of the easiest briefs in the world because 25 and older watch more TV than any of the younger groups, and they also watch more predictably. So the challenge for us wasn't about how to reach this group. The challenge for us was about how to plan engagement more effectively. The risk with a huge budget that People's Postcode Lottery have is that you carpet bomb frequent viewers, you miss light viewers, and that you're not taking a kind of completely neutral approach to planning. And I know the previous session was all about data, and Seven Stars, we love data, as does everybody in the room. But I think what we try and do is create a bit of we call it people-first approach. So what was the human interaction that led to that data point is the kind of thing that we talk about a lot, and developing a bit of curiosity around that in our planning and our thinking. So our planning team came to me and went to David's team with a bit of an idea about building on some brilliant research that we've seen from Thinkbox and how we could develop a custom video planning framework for People's Postcode Lottery. So the research, if you haven't seen it before, Thinkbox have done a whole load of research into need states. So instead of just the data about how many people are watching TV, why are they watching, how are they watching, and they've identified different consumer need states for where we're all consuming video content. They initially did this in 2013. They've redone it, I think, last year. And it's got some really rich data insights. There's some qual and some quant research. So what we did for People's Postcode Lottery was three things, really. First of all, we started looking in terms of need states and how consumers in different need states were responding to advertising. So, in different, basically which need states were driving the best response rate for People's Postcode Lottery. The second thing we did was People's Postcode Lottery have a really great in-depth customer segmentation. So we started thinking, well, how can we apply need states to the different segments for PPL? And the third thing we did was, lottery, like a lot of advertisers, lotteries have different rhythms and rituals in terms of how they communicate to people at different times of the month. So at different times of the month, you might be driving anticipation before a big draw, you might be driving engagement or inviting people to play. And we have different communications pillars that we've developed for PPL, but we thought, actually, how can we apply some of the need states thinking into the pillars that we plan to for PPL into their specific rhythms and rituals throughout the month. We've got a little video about how we've done it and what we've done, which I think if I click. Oops. Any chance the video will play? Thank you.
Consumer consumption habits, pricing, performance, and level of attention of AV channels are in constant flux. The one thing that isn't is the reason why audiences watch AV. This is where we started for our framework. Thinkbox, who are the marketing body for commercial TV in the UK, undertook in-depth qualitative research to understand these reasons, observing audience consumption to discover different need states. Each need state identified different mindsets and consumption patterns, whether audiences are alone or with others, whether they are watching on the big screen or smaller screens, and whether they are looking for long-form or short-form content. There are 8 need states in total, including unwind, where audiences want to relax and choose something easy to watch. Distract, where audiences want instant gratification. Comfort, where audiences want to watch together as a family. In touch, where audiences want to feel aware of what's happening in the world. Experience, where audiences don't want to miss out on exciting content. Indulge, where audiences need me time. Escape, where audiences want to go into another world. And finally, do, where audiences want useful information. Each of these need states drive bespoke viewing behaviours, with individual AV platforms serving the need states differently. For example, 78% of experience viewing is through linear TV, whereas 58% of do viewing is via online video. This is where we started, but we needed to make the framework relevant for People's Postcode Lottery. First, we modernised the research by overlaying likely outcomes to each need state, estimating the level of engagement and response. Next, we matched each need state and outcome to our core strategic pillars, anticipation and invitation, and weighted them based on importance for Postcode Lottery's specific objectives. Finally, we applied our bespoke growth audience's own viewing consumption and time spent across platforms to reflect their individual habits. This allowed us to create a truly bespoke, fit-for-purpose video framework that was embedded in a stable truth and reflective of Postcode Lottery's ambition and audience opportunity.
So the video planning framework we have developed, I think, is first of all is a great example of something that's customised and bespoke for an advertiser. And I'm a big believer that no two plans should ever look the same. But equally important, I think it's a really future-proof way of thinking about planning, because effectively, if you plan around platforms, if you even plan around share or plan around channels, these things change over time, whereas consumer need states change much more slowly. But the second thing we wanted to talk to you about really was the journey, I guess, that we have been on over the last couple of years. So at Seven Stars, we started working with People's Postcode Lottery at the beginning of last year, and we quickly discovered that we had we'd won a client with a really unique set of challenges. So through consistent commitment to advertising, particularly on TV, but across all video channels, and through consistent creative executions, PPL had got themselves into a position where they had super high awareness, they had lots and lots of distinctive brand assets. So they had the golden envelopes, the very big checks, they had the front door, they had the jingle, someone stomping at the door, they had all of this stuff already delivered. So they got to a stage where our challenge, if you like, was how do we get to the next stage? So we identified some growth audiences for People's Postcode Lottery, people who are aware of us and have probably seen some of the advertising, but were either, with two big challenges, either didn't really understand the game and how it works and the mechanism how to play, or didn't think that the brand was for them. So what we did at the beginning of last year was identify that we needed to change around both the kind of the placement of advertising, but also the creative. And one of our big ideas that David's going to chat to you in more detail was around how we can engage celebrity and how we can engage the content that people love viewing into our advertising itself.
So we didn't just partner with famous faces, we also included them in the sets of the shows that made them household names. So the people you see on the screen here, Emma Willis, Rachel Riley, Mike Wedderburn, huge reach, but putting them in the sets of shows like The Voice, Coronation Street, Countdown and Sky Sports News added an extra layer of credibility and helped build trust. We had a strong call to action, is your door in the drawer, which gave the impression that everyone was playing, and also maybe a little bit of FOMO to add to that. We didn't want to restrict it to one set of celebrities or one channel, because we wanted to go big. We wanted to act like a big brand that we are. So we convinced all three broadcasters, ITV, Channel 4 and Sky, to work together with us and 10 of our favourite talent across all three networks to create customised content for each broadcaster, but also one ad which brought them all together in the same place, which was I think a UK first. And then this was scaled across multiple platforms. So, as Jenny said, not just linear TV, but BVOD, online video, social, etc. Really to incorporate as many of these famous faces and brands in as many places as possible. On ITV, we had Emma Willis, Stephen Mulhern, AJ Dudu and Will Best on the sets of The Voice and Big Brother. Channel 4, we had Fred Syria, George Clark and Rachel Riley from First Dates, Amazing Spaces and Countdown. And on Sky, Jamie Redknapp from A League of Their Own, Sky Sports News, encountering Catherine Ryan and Mike Wedderburn along the way. And then we took all of this and we put it on billboards, social first content, all of the different channels to really make an unmissable campaign. And finally, as I say, we put all the talent in one 90-second spot, and we bought a 9 p.m. slot on cut-off day across every channel in the UK. So you really couldn't miss it if you were watching TV on that Sunday night. And it captured the attention of millions. And we have a video. So hopefully we'll play. Yeah.
Right now, there's only one question you should be asking. Is your door in the drawer?
I normally ask the questions. You could win a share of People's Postcode Lottery's biggest ever prize, so there's never been a better time to enter.
Players sign up their door with their postcode and pay £12 a month to be automatically entered into every draw. Your postcode is the ticket. All right, Kath.
Yes, a share of 17.3 million has to be won in the December draw.
Take it away.
So make sure your door is in the draw.
17.3 million. Well, that's a better price than a teapot.
No matter where you are, every door in Great Britain can enter.
Tall doors, small doors, clanky doors, swanky doors, creaky doors, freaky doors, doors on the 23rd floor.
Well,
Absolutely any door can enter.
Even famous ones.
7:15 in the Big Brother house, and AJ and Will are dancing because their doors are in the draw.
simply sign up your door with your postcode
To find out what it could win you.
Ooh la la! Is your door in the draw? Congratulations!
Time to book that dream holiday, Dave.
Oh, yeah?
Your last chance to enter is midnight on Sunday. So ask yourself,
Is your
door
In the draw.
The countdown to sign up is on.
Sign up before midnight tomorrow.
Results were fantastic. We won a bunch of awards, Media Week awards, as well as the TV planning. Brand consideration went up 20% year on year. Positive impressions from our target audience, up 227%. Purchase intent surged. We sold a lot of subscriptions, biggest month ever, December last year, until this year, which was better, using largely the same approach. And we were able, in 2023, to raise over £220 million for good causes and charities in the UK. So TV still works. I think we've got to be more sophisticated. We've got to take advantage of everything from data to celebrity. But we continue to invest, as we did this year, and it continues to work for us. So thank you very much.